Okay, right.
Yeah. Right, sir. So as I was telling that we'll start the session shop at 3 o'clock. So, right. Muthu sir, Dr. Sanjeev and Sachit, thank you so much for joining. And as I was, we promised that we'll start the session up at 3 o'clock. So request you to join by 2:58, and we have 7 more minutes to go.
Okay,
Surely, so
right.
you can keep
Sure.
your audio and video off,
Thank
sir.
you.
You can keep yourself logged in. Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sachit. Yeah. Muthusekhar sir, you are there? Right. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to this exclusive edition of Mojo for Industry Digital Dialogue, brought to you in association with our knowledge partner, Simersal India. Today, we are going to delve into a critical subject shaping the future of industrial safety, that is, how Internet of Things and artificial intelligence are transforming workplace safety. So, as industries become increasingly automated and connected, workplace safety must evolve too. From smart sensors to edge computing and predictive AI, the possibilities for protecting workers and ensuring zero harm environments have never been more powerful. And today we are honored to be joined by three distinguished speakers who bring hands on experience and thought leadership from across the industry spectrum. Mr. Muthusekhar, who is the CEO of Polyhost Sato Soji Metalworks. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Then we are joined by Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, who is the Deputy Director, Business Development and Services at Renishaw India. Welcome, Doctor. And Sachit Mohan Gupta, who is the Team Supervisor, IoT Specialist at Simersal Global Competence Center. Welcome, Sachit.
Hello, thank you.
Right. So let's begin with our first speaker. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Muthusekhar, who has recently taken charge as the CEO of Polyhost Sato Soji Metalworks. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Subhajit. Yeah.
Right, sir. So Mr. Muthusekhar will share his perspective on how leadership plays a crucial role in embedding a safety-first culture and how technologies like IoT and AI can serve as enablers, not just tools.
Yeah. Thank you, Subhajit, and thank you, Mojo for Industry. I think this is the fifth year or sixth year you are continuously doing the, particularly sessions on the safety,
Right.
which very, very welcome move, and which, many other media or, magazine industries tend to avoid that subject of safety. They talk many things, innovations, they talk many things, business happenings, but not the safety parameters, which I appreciate Mojo for Industry consecutively been doing this, and thank you very much. I am also a panelist, on a probably all the safety programs what you have conducted. I remember in Tamil Nadu government, when M.G. Ramachandran was the chief minister, he made one government poet. So that means a poet was, in charge, Mr. Kannadasan, he was made as the poet, and he was given the Asthana poet. That means, Asthana Vidwan or something like that. That means, you are honorary member, and then you will be part and parcel of all the programs every year, and irrespective until your lifetime. So, and some people were asking them that why this honorary position to him, and then why he is been, given for his lifetime. So that time, the earlier chief minister said that it is because of the talent. So talent never fades. So as long as talent never fades, and the life continues, he will be. So I remember that. So probably I think that is also one of the reasons. Probably last 12 years I have been speaking on the safety aspects, irrespective of the engineering improvements. A lot of new gadgets, wearable gadgets. Now we are going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, algorithms, and we are going to talk about IoT safety. I have, the other co-panelists coming from the eminent organizations, Smearshell being a partner also, plus, Renishaw also, I know them because I was just, my factory was opposite to Renishaw in Pune. I know how they take care of the safety, and Sachin and my co-panelists to share by the platform. When it comes to the safety aspects, today, the things, technologies have come. And today, the technologies means it's a real-time technology. Everything has become real-time monitoring. I think that's where the artificial intelligence and IoT is playing a major role. You have a wearable bands where the fatigue of the worker can be identified. You have all the cameras and integrated inside your factory. So that's where you will be able to pick up the artificial intelligence, and if something is going wrong, or if somebody is not driving inside the factory properly, or taking a cart which is taking a wrong directions, the beep signals comes, the warning comes. So all these are all very automatically controlled. So when we have all this, we should go more and more in terms of data, in terms of recording, in terms of managing the data. I think we have a lot of data, but how are we using the data? I always tell that everybody will have minimum 2 or 3 gadgets. We'll have 2 phones, 1 laptop, 1 iPad. Will contain so much of data, but that so much of data, what are we doing with the data? The same is the case when it comes to safety aspects. It should not be only a safety week celebration. It should not be a safety month celebration. Safety is, as long as the company is existing, as long as the business is being done, I think the safety has to be practiced. So this is what I always tell. And the new company I have joined, there also, I will, get into the safety aspects, because we have a large fabrication unit. We have a lot of contract manufacturing, and Polyhose is very well known for the hose manufacturing. We have more than 3,600, 3,700 employees working in 32 countries. So it's a very large organization. Definitely, I will be an spokesperson for the safety, and doing it. Thank you very much for getting me on this program, and look forward to hear from the eminent panelists.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Muthusekhar, for that powerful opening. And it's truly inspiring, sir, to see how leadership can set the tone for a safer industrial future. And
it has to be a top-driven approach. It has to be a top-driven approach, and safety is for all. It's not only for working level. It is not only for any individual in an organization. It's for the entire organization, everybody. Thank you.
That speaks the volume, sir. Thank you so much, and I truly appreciate that point. So, delegates, if you have any questions, I know you are waiting for putting the questions for Mr. Muthusekhar. Please submit it in the Q&A box, not in the chat box in your Zoom control panel. Now, next, I would like to invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, who has recently been elevated to the position of Deputy Director, Business Development and Services at Renishaw India. Congratulations, Dr. Sanjeev.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. And Dr. Sanjeev will delve into how AI-powered quality control systems are now critical for safety assurance across production environments.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Subhajit, and thank you, Shemisal, and thank you, Muthusekhar sir, and thanks, Sachit. I think safety is rightly said by, I think, Muthusekhar sir, that it's a lot of time we ignore it, right? Not by choice, but it takes a bit of second priority. It's not that nobody wants to give this a priority, but the context around it is lost. So I've got few slides to talk through for next 10 minutes. And let me begin by I think, thanking everyone who has attended this webinar, because their participation is the most important thing. आपके पास अगर कोई भी सवाल हो तो आप Q&A में पूछिएगा, लेकिन I think what I would want, I would like this conversation to be more two-directional, right? It shouldn't be monologue. So I would want you to interact during I think using chat. So first of all, what I would want each one of you to pay complete attention for next 30-40 minutes here. I know there may be a lot of phone calls you may be receiving, a lot of missed call, lots of WhatsApp messages, emails. Your mind may be thinking about, okay, I have to do this for after half an hour. But if you really care about safety, And if you really care about India, I will request you to be present. क्योंकि क्या पता, you may get that one insight, one piece of knowledge that can change a big thing for you. So for next 20, 30 minutes, for half an hour to 45 minutes, I request you to leave everything aside, switch off your mobile, switch off your everything, just remain focused here. Then only there's an advantage of joining this webinar. I would like to tell one thing, that our Honorable Prime Minister has set a, a kind of aspiration that we will become a developed nation by 2047. And we will do. India will become the developed nation by 2047, if not even before. But the most important ingredient is manufacturing. So first of all, in the chat box, I just want you to type I if you believe that India will be the most powerful nation in the world and they will become power. I just want to see how many of you believe that. Just type into the chat box I. I want to see that first, because that's very, very important. Let's see. Let's see how many. I'm only saying 5, 6 I's. How many of you really believe that India will be the most powerful nation? And manufacturing is key to our aspiration. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. I'll give you a very simple stat. America in 1950s and 60s and 70s, if you look at if you look at their GDP, their manufacturing as a percentage of their GDP were around 30 to 35% in 1965 to 70. 1965, 1970, 1975. And because they were ahead in manufacturing than the rest of the world, that propelled them to become the powerhouse that we see them today. Then they followed by Japanese. If you look, if you remember all those car in the auto industry and some of those heavy machinery industry, then they flourished. And the manufacturing played a very important role to transform them into a powerful economy. And then came China. In last 20 odd years, can you tell me what is the contribution of manufacturing in China's GDP? In the chat box, what do you think? What is the contribution of manufacturing in China's GDP? Whatever you think, just any random answer. I just want to see, what do you think is the percentage of manufacturing contribution to China's GDP? Rakesh is saying 22%, 65%. Ravi Kiranji is saying. Okay, so let me tell you, manufacturing contributes between 40 to 45% around in China's GDP. So manufacturing has played the most important role in converting or making China the powerful economy that they are today. You tell me, what is India's GDP contribution? How much is manufacturing contributing in India's GDP at the moment? How it is? How much is it? Ravi Kiran is saying 28%, 70%. We love to be 70%. It will get there in few years' time. Chirag is it's not 10%. I think you're close. So our contribution, manufacturing contributes around 16% in India's GDP. So which is 4.2 trillion. I think manufacturing is around 600 and 700 billion dollar. The reason why I'm saying, and I'll come to the safety aspect, because there is an opportunity to take this 16%, as our Honorable Prime Minister said, as a benchmark, to take it to 25% and then take it to 30%. By doing that, we will add additional $2 to $3 trillion in next 5 to 10 years, and that will help us to get into the top 3 club, and then so on. In 20 years time, our GDP could become 25 to 28 trillion dollar, making it as in top 2 or maybe in top 1 in next 30-40 years. But that is impossible without manufacturing not being priority. So in terms of manufacturing, now let's come to, so if manufacturing is important, we need to now understand what are the important elements that we need to take care. For us in Renishaw, as you know, Renishaw is a name synonym with precision. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, friends, that precision is typically being looked at in terms of tolerances and those things. But if you ask me, quality, the new definition of quality is protection. Quality is not just precision, quality is protection. And right now, we look at quality as a very reactive thing, but it needs to become a predictive thing. Because imagine one mistake that happens on the machine, one mistake that may happen in the line that can cause your machine to break down, that can cause your manufacturing line to stop. Even a simple ignorance can lead to some of the fatal results in the field that we can see, whether it is in aerospace commercials, defense, any end product gets severely impacted if we are ignorant of precision. And that's where safety is. Safety is about your day-to-day working, your well-being of everybody on the shop floor, to the components that goes out in the hand of everybody, and that gets impacted. That's why it needs to become predictive. And that is where we need to make a lot of things. So I would want you to be very honest and just type into the chat box, how do you see safety? Just type into the chat box, what do you think about when safety comes into your mind? What comes to your mind? What do you think about the safety? Just type into the chat box. I just want to see, because the most I haven't seen any response yet. What does this safety mean to you? What is safety for you? Just want to see. Safety first, that's the slogan. Very good slogan, Abhiroop. ABC, okay. Protection, yes. No injuries, yes. Avoid accident. Safety is a part of life, to be safe. Yes, that's all very good. But how to achieve that? That nobody wants here for anybody to get injured or the machine to stop or the life to be taken. Nobody wants that. So how do we achieve that? हम उसको achieve कैसे करेंगे? That's why I was asking. So it will take, mind my words, and you all who are listening today, you are the champions, you are the agent. The first thing it will take, that we need to change our mindset. Safety requires a mindset shift. How do we look at things in manufacturing to start with? Because we talk big, but when it comes to really look at and implement things on shop floor and taking decision, whether you're a product design, product manufacturing, product assembly, product distribution, anything, we do not look at safety angle at all. So our mindset needs to change, and we have to bring the mindset of precision. चलता है को accept नहीं करना पड़ेगा. We have to get out of this चलता है. We have to ensure that whether I am doing job with the precision or not, because ultimately that precision leads to protection. So I'll give you a simple mantra. Every job, every aspect that you are involved with, whether you are in design, whether you're in manufacturing, whether you're assembly, whether you're in sale, look at, are you meeting the quality standards or not? And not just for the check box and from a compliance perspective, मगर इस perspective से कि भाई मैं सही में ये कर रहा हूं कि नहीं, because इसका कहीं ना कहीं impact है. So it requires a mind shift. And then we talked about how to achieve that. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example on the shop floor. So now we talk about the connected machines. So the machines on the shop floor is connected, intelligent, and agile. Essentially, this is Muthu sir ne bol rahe the. You have a lot of data, right? So you will have a lot of data coming from various devices on the shop floor because they all are integrated. The first thing to ensure, are you collecting all the data? Do you have the data or not? Second, when you get the data, how you structure that data. Because if you don't give a context to the data, you may have so many gigabytes of data. You all have so many gigabytes of data in your laptop, in every machine. But how much use are they? to first collect the data, structure the data, and then see in what context you are using that data. So how are you making the decision based on whether your machine is safe to work or not, whether your line is safe to work or not, whether you're achieving certain quality standards or not. So these are some of the examples, these are some of the ways how you could achieve that. And if you look at some of the industry, the stakes are very high, right? In aerospace, defense, it's a matter of life and death in those industries. And in many other sectors as well, even it's a matter of convenience, life and death, even in shop floor or not. So that's why safety cannot be ignored. So the last point I want to make, you can ensure the safety by first ensuring whether you're making zero defects or not, whether whatever you make is absolutely correct or not. So I think there is a method that how you can track the process with the help of real-time sensing, instant correction, and continuous learning. And that's where artificial intelligence kicks in. So when you have a lot of data, when you have a lot of data in a very when you can structure it, then the machine, the shop floor, the system can start to make the decision themselves. And then rather than the defects to arrive, rather than the injuries to happen, rather than the outcome happen, they will start to predict, okay, अभी ये गलती हो सकती है, या अभी ये problem हो सकता है, check this. They will start to detect and predict, and that will help to improve your life, everyone's life, the quality of the product and everything. And that is how AI could be leveraged when you have the lots of data and the context around it, and the most importantly, the mindset around it to achieve zero defect and achieve the result of the safety that you could have. So I think this is just one an example that in an aero engine where there's so many components from blades, blisks, impeller, a number of components, and there when they are getting manufactured, how can you ensure quality in each and every aspect? And the last point I want to make, why can't you change the way you think? And that will have an impact on how could you achieve more and more safety. भाई tools बहुत है, AI का यूज हो सकता है, AI is not a problem. Tools बहुत सारे हैं. The problem is the mindset. How well do we want to use that? And are we really, how much are we prioritizing it? And as Swami Vivekananda say, you are the creator of your own destiny. And with these words, I'll finish off my few words. Thank you very much for this organizing this. It's a very important topic, and you have done a lot of service by bringing this to everybody's mind. Thank you, Subhajit sir, and thank you, Mojo for Industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar. No, I truly appreciate the way you elaborated that why it is essential to change our mindset and come out of the chalta hai attitude. It means a lot. And your insight clearly showed, though your topic was on the how the AI and this thing, it's going to be the interface of this thing, but you have elaborated in a different way and put that why it is essential for Indian manufacturing sector, especially to focus more on safety aspect when it wants to contribute its when it wants to increase its contribution to the GDP growth. It means a lot. And your insight clearly showed how the intersection, lastly you touched that, of AI and quality can significantly impact safety outcomes, of course. And delegates, if you have any questions for Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, please submit it in the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel. Now we turn to someone who is right at the forefront of implementing connected safety solutions. Please welcome Mr. Sachit Mohan, who is the IoT specialist and team supervisor at Simarsal Global Competence Center. Simarsal as a company says that safety is in their DNA. So let's hear it out from Mr. Sachit. He is going to showcase real world examples of predictive safety using IoT and Edge AI.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, thank you so much, Subhajit and other panelists. And again, as Muthu sir and Sanjeev has said, that safety should not be avoided. So we start with Simmercial. As you all know, that Simmercial is a global company who is into expert into safety solution as well as safety products. So here I'll just start with my just brief about what is Industry 4.0 and how we started with that. So as you all know, that Industry 4.0 basically is an environment which provides logistics and machine, which organizes the machine so that the minimal human intervention should be there. So initially for Industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, it was a market pull. But for Industry 4.0, it was a market push, which involves the collective efforts of implementing the latest technologies and decreasing the human intervention in doing the production activities. So similarly with Industry 4.0, we have Safety 4.0 also. In Safety 4.0, it was started with Safety 1.0, which was basically reactive. The actions was taken after the incidents, investigations was done, basic compliances were there. With Safety 4.0, it was more related to compliance driven, focus on the rules and regulation. There are a lot of strict compliances created. With Safety 3.0, it was more related to behavior based. Trainings were given to the people, emphasizing on the human factor, observation of the activities and all. Then comes up to the Safety 4.0. Safety 4.0 is basically smart, proactive, which implements by utilizing the technologies like IoT, AI, edge computing, all these technology by getting the insights from the shop floor and giving some kind of proactive safety to the customer or to the machines and decreasing the incidents. So under this whole Safety 4.0, which starts with getting the data from the shop floor using IoT, sending the data on the edge using the edge gateways and all, and sending the data on the cloud and implementing the AI technologies, IoT plays a critical role. So IoT is basically the foundation to get the data from the shop floor. You can see that if you look at the iceberg, so on the top of the iceberg, the real-time data collection is there, and on the bottom, the complete mountain of getting the data from the shop floor using different kind of sensors, in which IoT plays a critical role. So you have different kind of wearable devices to get the data from uh, from the people who are working on the shop floor by using PPE kits, helmets, vests, and other active things. There are different kind of environmental sensors from which you can get the data from the shop floor. And then we have the machine and equipment sensors like vibration sensors, some safety related components which are implemented on the machines, which captures the data from the shop floor using the interlocks, using vibration sensor and other these things. And then we have the video and video and camera sensors through which we get the data from the shop floor related to what kind of activities are going on. So these are the basic pillars, starting pillars from which we get the data from the basic shop floor, so that we can do the analysis on that data and can give some kind of analysis based on that. So these IoT forms the basic platform. Then we have the brain. So brain is basically the edge computing. So once we combine the edge computing with the artificial intelligence. So this is the edge computing in which we capture the data from the shop floor and store it on a database, or we capture that data on a IoT kind of gateways which collects the shop floor information. Then when we combine this edge computing along with the artificial intelligence, the intelligence which is there right now available on the cloud, and we implement that intelligence on the gateway, so it gives a, when we combine both these things, it gives a combination which is known as edge intelligence. So in the word of safety, so which is in which we have to take the actions at a seconds of time, and the time is very critical. It is very important that these kind of activities, these kind of logic should be built near to the machine, and that kind of intelligence should be given near to the machine, so that we can give that kind of intelligence, take actions in minimum time. So with the help of this edge intelligence, by combining the edge computing and the artificial intelligence, it gives a benefit of low latency. So low latency means that we need to take some kind of actions immediately. We don't want that the data should be first collected from the shop floor, send it to the cloud, and from the cloud we should get some kind of actions. So in that case, we need immediate actions to be taken care of. So for that, we need our edge devices to be intelligent enough so that they can take actions immediately with low latency. There are a lot of places where the bandwidth is low. We have to collect the data from the devices, send it on the cloud platform, and we don't have much good bandwidth. So for that also, edge intelligence is very important. Third is privacy. So there are a lot of companies who are out there who are basically focusing on GDPR. If you go to the Europe, they are focusing on GDPR compliant. If you go to Europe and US, they have different kind of compliances to for the data security. And if we are implementing safety, we are capturing the real-time information from the shop floor. So we need to implement some kind of enhanced security, enhanced privacy, so that can be implemented by using the edge devices, which combines the intelligence of cloud as well as from the getting the data from the shop floor directly. And the fourth point is the offline capabilities. Is it will also provide offline capabilities so that some kind of action, some report generation, and all these things could be taken care on the edge. So again, in the complete structure of combining the IoT AI for the workplace safety, this edge intelligence plays a very important role, which combines edge AI and gives the intelligence near to the machine. So with the help of these latest models which are coming up with the help by different companies, Google, OpenAI, and Microsoft, they are coming up with different LLM models. So if we are going to implement these LLM models, these generative AI capabilities inside the edge, so that will bring up with new capabilities and can enhance the safety mechanisms, can give us an activity so that we can have some proactive safety mechanisms. Now, how we can how we can increase the safety by providing preventive safety mechanisms. So preventive safety is basically how it works. So it is basically when we implement edge intelligence and gives direct interventions, immediate interventions, and the controls. So there are different applications which can be there, which can help in increasing the safety by taking some preventive actions, like real-time alerts. So if something is happening on the shop floor, we need real-time alerts. So with the help of this preventive safety mechanism by implementing AI, we can get real-time alerts. We can get automated shutdowns. So it can have a capability where it can monitor the shop floor and also can take some kind of actions so that it should stop the machine or could take some preventive measures so that the injury or some incident should be avoided. Dynamic geofencing is something like if there is a place where you want to geofence so that it should be a safety hazard, and if someone is entering in that particular area, it should generate some kind of alert. So that kind of actions could also be taken by combining cameras along with the edge intelligence. And PPE compliances. So this is very common use case right now. PPE compliance, people should be wearing the PPE kit or some safety measures like helmets or earbuds while doing some kind of activities. So those compliances could be defined in the software, and you can and the software could generate those alerts and preventive actions should be taken care of. And the collision avoidance. Collision avoidance is basically is used into the AGVs, forklifts, and all these things. We have implemented this edge intelligence on the gateway, so the camera or the sensor could directly could get the data and could stop the machine or could alert the collisions. So with the help of implementing these preventive measures, you can stop the incidents before they should escalate. Similarly, we have predictive safety systems. So right now we are moving from reactive to the predictive, so that the systems could be able to anticipate and forecast the risks. How it works? It will analyze the data. It will analyze the pattern. So whatever data we have collected, it will analyze the pattern, and it will give an output based that what should be the actions or the risks are there, and what could be the predictive measures that could be taken care of. So application something like fatigue and strict stress prediction. So by implementing sensors on the body of the worker, by providing intelligent PPE kits, helmets, these things could be monitored with the sensors, could be sent to the cloud platform or to the edge intelligence, and by analyzing the patterns, fatigues, and stress predictions could be done. Machine predictive maintenance. predictive maintenance is very common right nowadays. People are implementing these new algorithms on the edge devices where they capture the sensor information and predict that when the machine is going to fail, and so that they could take some predictive measures by implementing some part replacement on these kind of things. Similarly, anomaly detections are there, and risk scoring. Risk scoring is basically that if you have the data from the shop floor, from the machines, you can detect that how safe is your machine. What is the risk score? So they are PLE3, PLE4. What is the level of the safety? So that if by implementing by actuating some devices continuously, if the safety level is decreasing, so the software will give you an update that the safety level is degrading. You should upgrade the safety by implementing these measures. So these all things could be done by implementing AI and IoT combination and give an edge intelligence and getting the data on the shop from the shop floor and analyzing it. So these things, I mean, that will give us the output that what happened and what will happen. So what happened is a reactive approach. What will happen will again be a predictive approach. What could be the benefits? I mean, by the implementation of the safety 4.0, reduce the incident. Ultimately, you will have the predictive and preventive measurements which you will take. So ultimately, it will reduce the incidents. It will ultimately ensure the worker protection. It will increase the operational efficiency. So right now, when we are implementing these technologies, it will ultimately. So again, earlier it was a challenge that people don't want to implement safety just because it will reduce the productivity. But nowadays, due to this high AI models, predictive models, and all these things, safety is not a compromise right now. People are implementing safety to ensure the safety of the workers to the machine safety, and ultimately it is not also hampering the productivity, because ultimately earlier what used to happen that when you capture the shop floor data, you need to have data scientists or people who are very intelligent enough to do those analysis of the data and then give some kind of intelligence to the machine. So the turnaround time of implementing safety 4.0 was quite high. But with the recent development of AI, with the recent development of AI models, safety agents, this development time is very much shortened up. So we have agents which will take the data from you, will give you the prediction on on very short time. So ultimately, this will increase the safety and reduce the downtime. Cost saving, ultimate cost saving will be there. Data driven decisions will be there. So people will be able to take data driven decisions. What machines they have to, what machines they have, what kind of actions they have to take. They can combine safety, OEE, and energy to have some combined KPIs. So with the help of AI, you can predict you can have the OE data and energy data combined with the safety data, and you can give some kind of predictions which are advanced KPIs you can come up with, and you can have a stronger safety culture. Ultimately, that is very important. Now, the future, where the future is moving towards after with these latest technologies. So we are having the digital twins, so which are creating the real-time replicas of the actual products. So we have in Commercial also we are creating digital twins of our actual products, so that can be implemented in a virtual environment and could be tested with the safety. So you can virtually recognize the how the safety function will work, and you can give outputs according to that. You can take some safety measures. There's another term which is coming up as federated edge AI. Federated edge AI is a new concept of machine learning, which is something like when you combine the different edges, you combine distributed edges, and you train a model. Like suppose you are capturing the data from the shop floor using cameras, but again, due to GDPR and other compliances, it is very difficult to send the data on a cloud server because the sharing of the data outside the shop floor is not allowed. So in that case, this federated edge AI is a new concept where the data will be residing directly on the edge, but it will be giving a combined inference and doing a trained model on the centralized without sharing the data. So it is a new concept of machine learning which will be adopted to avoid the GDPR laws. Then we have the AI safety agents. Right now, you are hearing about AI and safety agents and all these things. Again, we will have safety agents. There will be different kind of safety agents which will be combined together, monitored by a supervisor AI agent, and will be giving a command. One agent will be doing safety monitoring of the machine. One agent will be doing safety monitoring uh, of the PPE kits and other safety aspects, and giving a combined results. And ultimately, our aim is to have proactive safety. I mean, autonomous systems which could take the data, gather the data, and could take measures after collecting the data autonomously. So this will be the future. Again, I'll just share some few insights what Simmershal is doing into the AI part. So we are investing heavily in the AI, and we have developed solutions which are getting the data from the shop floor using cameras. You can see one example where you can monitor the PPE kit. You can do the geofencing of the area, so that if some incident are going to take place, you will get an alert, and so preventive measures could be taken care of. You can do you can do safety checks. You can so if someone who is going on the shop floor, you can do safety checks. If safety checks is approved, then the person should be able to go to the shop floor. This kind of dashboards we can have. Again, this is one more example where the furnace is there, person is wearing the helmet, the defined PPE kit, the goggles or not. So these things could be analyzed using the cameras and could give an alerts. Similarly, if some operations are going on injection molding machines, mold is there, people is wearing the safety, whatever safety is required, so that you can monitor those things and you can give an alerts. So these are the basic concepts which are coming up in the safety in the future. We are combining AI technologies and safety. Earlier, it was very slow, just because, as I said, we need lot of data analysis. We need data scientists to do the analysis of the data after getting the data from the shop floor. But with the adoption of latest AI technology, AI model, generative AI, this kind of getting the intelligence from the data is very fast, and people are moving towards adopting these technologies. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sachit. That was an excellent walkthrough of Safety 4.0 in action. Highly insightful. So, delegates, if you have any question for Mr. Sachit, please submit it in the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel. And now it's time for a deeper dialogue. So, may I request Dr. Sanjeev as well as Mr. Muthusekar sir to switch on their cameras here. So let's bring all our panelists together to discuss why traditional safety methods often fail in the dynamic world of modern manufacturing, and how digital technologies are reshaping the narrative. So, Dr. Sanjeev, to start with you, you are talking about the mindset, chalta hai attitude. Is it a kind of challenge while talking about the Indian manufacturing sector in implementing safety culture in today's factories?
I think it's a good question. It's something that we need to reflect upon. Honestly, safety is, yes.
Am I the only one? The audio is coming a little low. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Well, just
it's a little low, sir. Yeah.
Little low, because I was just checking at my.
Sachit, is that the same with you also?
You are audible properly.
No, for Dr. Sanjeev, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, it's an interesting question, and it's an important one. So, let me tell you my perspective, my 2 cents on this. Safety, quality, all these aspects, we only do when we are asked to do, right? So for an example, when I'll give a simple example. Let's say if a manufacturer has outsourced a component to somebody, as per as what is acceptable criteria, that is what people do, right? And even there, because we have to meet certain deadline, various other scenarios, we try to cut corners, and that's a very true reflection. I think I don't have to say anything. It is for people to, I think, retrospect and reflect. So it is not. So what's happening that it is a choice at the moment. But what is happening that it will not become a choice, and in the future it is going to become mandatory, and there are two reasons for it. One is the business reason, that as we have seen post COVID and during COVID as well, there is a lot of contracts companies are getting to export, as well as internally as well. There's a lot increased demand. So I think that is forcing two things to look at. People start to look at quality as the mindset, because they have to comply to those qualities in order to do business. So I think that is getting them in terms of that mindset. And when they're there, so safety is also coming along. So that's why I always call it a quality is protection. So it is. So it was. So what it was in the beginning, it's now there's a force to change. It is not just a choice, it's becoming a mandatory, and that will start to bring some cultural changes as well. Because what we have to do, we have to design this. They have to be by design, not by choice. So I think how we are designing our products, how we are designing our information system, like what Sachit was talking about, there are lots of tools and techniques, those are available. That's not a problem at all. And there could be improvement in how we do it. But are we, for an example, what kind of data are we collecting? At what stages of the processes are we collecting that data? And then what are we doing with that data? Are we making some informed decision based on the data or not? For an example, we could do predictive maintenance, but how much is that decision we are taking based on what the data is saying, rather than our usual maintenance routine? So I think, honestly, I'm a very practical person, and being pragmatist, I think it's a lot to do with the mindset. And because of the economic situation around us, I think we are in a happy situation where I think we are able to change our mindset as well.
Uh, Great. Today I'm privileged to have three, leaders actually, from the manufacturing sector. So I'm going to gain lots of knowledge from you guys. So Muthusekar sir, you were, I think, Dr. Sanjeev was talking about the mindset. What's your take? Because you have headed many organizations, multinational companies in India, in your previous stints as well as now. So what are the challenges we see while implementing the safety aspect, safety culture in Indian manufacturing ecosystem?
Basically, what I have seen is the safety culture where the discussions don't happen. They try to put it beneath the surface. When there is a problem, they don't want to report this problem. I think that's the very bad culture what we have, which has to get out. And what Dr. Sanjeev said is there is no choice when it comes to safety. You don't have -1 or +1. You don't have anything like that. It is zero accidents. That's the way we should look at when it comes. And we were also talking about why India is lagging in manufacturing contribution to the GDP. One, statistics which I want to bring to the entire forum is there is a 4% loss in the GDP only due to the accidents. Even in the previous, instances I have spoke about it, there is a clear 4% GDP loss only due to the accidents, and industrial accidents is also a major reason for it. And if you look at the International Labour Organization, which has already done a very detailed study in terms of which parts of the body gets more injured. Maybe if somebody in the forum want to answer this question, I'll be very happy to say it. Which part of the body in a manufacturing industry is more prone towards getting injured? If somebody can answer in the chat box, I would like to see how we can share more knowledge.
Definitely. Great to see that both Dr. Sanjeev as Muthusekar sir are trying to make this particular session as a kind of engaging one.
I was writing about hands and eye. Very nice presentation. But what I want to tell is the maximum, injured in a human body is legs in an manufacturing industry, and it contributes about 26%. Iron all comes only 14%, but maximum is 26% is the legs, which is getting injured. Okay, hand is next, which is about 20% is hand. So if the protection can be taken care for the legs and the hand, the PPE kits and the artificial intelligence and IoT, if it can be taken care for at least this major, which is contributing close to 50% of the accidents. So I think we will reduce a major and we will contribute more to the GDP. Thank you, Subhajit.
Muthuseka sir, you came to a figure of 4%. If this injury or factory-related accidents contributes to around -4% to the GDP. So how actually it is? From where you came to this figure? If you, for the benefits of the audience,
statistical study available. If you Google and see, we will be able to find out. 4% is total accident it is talking about, which talks about including road accident also. And when it comes to industry, I have a very clear data. If an employee, whatever level of employee, if there is a fatal accident, it costs about close to around 60 to 70 lakhs per person. 60 to 70 lakhs per person, whatever the level of the person, whatever the kind of nature his job he is doing. But this is the damage which is caused to the organization.
Yeah, that's huge.
So any organization, if there is a fatal accident, then you can imagine what is the kind of loss. And 50, 60 lakhs is not a small amount which we are talking. There is a human loss for the family, much beyond. It is irreparable, where we cannot even quantify anything. But when it comes to an organization, the kind of spending they do, the kind of new recruitment they do, the kind of training they do to the new person, and there is a work halt. So all this, if you calculate, that's a huge amount.
So yeah. So coming to a different topic, Dr. Sanjeev was giving a very interesting figure of China's contribution, Chinese manufacturing sector's contribution to their GDP growth. It was humongous. So I know figure what you spoke. I don't know when India will be able to reach there.
Dr. Sanjeev's point was very right. The manufacturing contribution, but China has more than India. That is absolutely no doubt about it. The reason being, they moved from an agriculture economy to a manufacturing economy.
Exactly.
But we moved from an agriculture economy, we moved to IT engineering services economy, and now we are focusing on the manufacturing. So we missed the bus, and now the Make in India, so many other things are all happening. The manufacturing contribution is improving. So that's the lag which we were, probably a few decades we lost it. Now we are trying to cover it up. And the said and done, it's going to be the, India's way. There is no doubt about it. If you look at the geopolitical situation, if you look at the, the market, what is available, the market potential, what is available in the country, I think it is India's time now.
Well said. So taking a reference of that, Sachit, China has already developed dark factory. So how relevant the IoT and AI will be, will be when we talk about a manless, humanless, laborless or employee-less factory setup? How, especially while talking about the physical and other kind of securities for a manufacturing facility like dark factory.
So right now, if we look at the legacy practice which were done and why that worked and why they are not working right now. So earlier we used to have the checklist, signage, and manual audits, which were basically reactive and limited. But if we look at the modern challenges in the industry where the high speed automation is increasing up, robotics are coming up, AGV and connected machineries. So we are coming up with the new solutions in which we are implementing the IoT and AI things combined together, in which will reduce, like, since we have a more complexity in the human and machine interactions. So with these solutions, uh, we are going to enhance the safety and going to uplift the safety because of these solutions. Yes.
Dr. Sanjeev, would you like to add something that future of safety while talking about the dark factory?
I think the safety then becomes no choice, to be honest. And then safety will be designed in the production. So what happens, I will take Sachit's point further. So we used to be very reactive, okay? So it is a transition from reactive to become predictive. And as you look at in a process perspective, so we were a lot of manual process, lots of skill-based, craftsman-based processes to semi-automation to automation. And then the next step of automation is to become predictive. So for when like the dark factory or the equivalent of that, I think there are steps for us to achieve there. As an we are going towards automation, because I don't think we are there yet, even in India, in terms of being automated. We are practically in the first, second, fourth step of the 10 steps of automation ladder. But as we are growing up in that, these things will be built in by design. And how, I tell you, so when there will be more and more automation, there will be more and more data being gathered. Not only the data just as a key output, but the state and stage-wise data as well, process-wise data as well. And nowadays, I think, imagine these data being synchronized with the human data. So now they will start to provide some of the information, some of the context-based decision. I think earlier on, because I have been developing neural network based model 20 years ago. So I know that in order to develop these models, you need to have the state and stage wise data. So in the modern factories and automated factories, because this data will be available, so there will be this information can be driven, and these things will get designed. So there will be no choice. The only choice will be whether to use that system or not. And to be honest, when these things will trump over the cost savings, when these things will trump over developing a competitive product, giving you better margins, giving you better market, people would of course go for these products. And that's why I personally think that the safety will become much better as we move forward, like we're becoming better in quality and quality assured products.
Oh, wonderful, sir. And I'll just take one point from there. And because while now we know that no, safety is not going to be a choice, it's integral, it has to be integral. And there are lots of benefits of predictive analytics as well as real-time monitoring. There is no denying that. But when you talk about the Indian manufacturing system, we still believe that cost is a factor. Rightly, you are talking about that, how it's going to enhance the productivity, how it's going to impact the costing, production cost, everything. So I would like to understand from three of you to know what are the cost benefit of implementing or rather adopting AI and IoT related safety solutions or rather smart safety solutions in a manufacturing facility. To start with enabler, Sachit.
Yeah. So by implementing this IoT and AI, so as I already said, that we can increase the productivity by implementing these solutions. So right now, since we will be fetching the data from the IoT shop floor, earlier it was very challenging that we should be able to get the insights from the data in which we have to implement a lot of people, data scientists and all. But with the help of AI, once we will have the data from the shop floor, we can give it to these models, which are which are readily available, and we can get the insights from these things. So with the help of those insights, we can take some immediate decisions. We can decrease the safety risks. There are technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, which Simmershell is also working on, where we can do virtual fencing. We can do virtual commissioning of the machine. So again, this will enhance the safety and reduce the downtime. So these are the new technologies of Industry 4.0 which are already there, but just the the pace has increased by coming up with this Gen AI and all these LLM models.
Right. So Muthu sir, quickly, being a CEO of a company, how do you look at this? From where, how are we going to focus on safety, and how do you look at the cost benefit?
Top of the cost, see, for each and every aspect, there is a cost involved. When we talk about warranty, there is a cost. When we talk about service, there is a cost. So every there is a cost available. But in my opinion, when it comes to the safety point of view, it will not even cost about 1 to 1.5% of the cost of the product. So 1 to 1.5% is a very, very meager amount in terms of taking care of this aspects.
Thank you. Thank you all of you for the rich discussion. Now, with your permission, I'm going to extend the session by another 5-10 minutes because of I need to take few interesting questions there. Dr. Sanjeev, I think it's fine with you. Muthusekhar sir?
Yes, that's okay.
Right. So let me come with the first question that Lab Satpute has asked. He works in a very small company as a robotic engineer, very interesting field today. And he's saying that they uses a certain brand of robots. I'm not mentioning it for their laser cladding application, but there are no protective equipment, no safety sensors. So how to deal with that? Is it again a mindset, Dr. Sanjeev?
I think it's a mindset. So I'll answer in two ways. Are there equipments available? That's a question. So the answer will be yes, right? So it's not because there is unavailability of those equipments not to be used. Now, the second question is that why, like, why, why would they be used? So as you were asking the previous question, the cost-based analysis and things like that, as sir, I think Muthusekhar sir already said, as a very powerful stat they gave, a 4% loss in terms of GDP. So whatever the industry is, whether the robots are being used for the cladding operation or say any operation, the certain sensors or certain equipments are not being used because they say, okay, it will add a certain few thousand or say few lakh rupees. But when they look at that, how much it is going to save and how much it is going to make, I think they will start to use. So I think to make those decisions, you have to first think in that direction. And that is why I think it's a mindset shift, because there is going to be efficiency saving. There is going to be productivity gain. It's not a question of yes or no, there is. But are we in that frame of mind to take that? Not every decision has to be ROI driven decision to calculate the penny for today. We lose a sight for the penny for end product or say penny for tomorrow. So I think it's a mindset. More than anything, it's a mindset for me.
Okay.
Maybe I have to add a point.
Right.
See a road accident. When you see a road accident, how much diesel loss, how much is the fuel loss, and fuel is one of the major import by our country.
Yeah.
Very simple. If there is going to be one accident in the road, there is going to be a queue for 5 kilometers.
Yeah. Exactly.
And 5 kilometers, all the vehicles are, on idling condition.
I will give you
simple calculations.
Very simple. And I'll give you one classic example, Sujit
Right.
sir. I live in Pune.
Right.
And Pune, I get sometime, really, I was really surprised. People don't wear helmets.
Right.
Okay. when they ride bike. Now you tell me, would you be able to find a logic to that? I don't think nobody will be able to justify that. So I think similarly, when we have protective gears available, when we have sensors available, we only don't use it because we don't want to use it, or whether we don't, and some people don't have a decision to make it, and that's why it goes back to the mindset. It's nothing about the cost.
I could not resist myself to make a point. Whether whoever is, there are many people who do not put helmet, they do not even put the seatbelt also. But definitely they will be having a scratch guard on their mobile screen. So
Yeah.
think about that, just to protect their mobile screen. It's like that.
It's the priorities. You hit the nail. It's about the priorities. Where is your priority?
Especially, and we cannot go like, no, it's Gen Z or something like that. It's
Yeah.
everyone. It's completely the mindset. And Sachit, there's a question for you that how can we ensure, Dr. Murugesan is asking, how can we ensure safety to plant and machinery with AI coded programs by persons lacking plant experience? Very valid question.
Yeah, okay. So right now here, what we see, what is the challenge? So right now, if you look at, so there are two people involved here. One is the AI, and one is the AI developer, and one is the people who are working on the shop floor. So we have to compare between both of them. So if you if you look at the AI developer, so they lack into the context about the machinery, hazards, operator behavior, and the cases, what could be the edge cases. And again, if you look at the person, so he has some knowledge about the physical systems, he has knowledge about the failure modes and human interactions. So there should saying that it could be completely replaced, but there should be strategies which should be where the AI and the person should be working as a cross-functional collaboration. So a cross-functional collaboration between the AI systems and the people are mandatory, so that the AI developers or the AI system should learn from the people who are working on the systems. And again, there are some intelligence which AI can provide and could suggest those intelligence to the operator, and they can take some kind of actions. So again, if we have to give maximum output, we need to have a cross functional collaboration between the people who are working on it as well as again with the AI systems. So again, as the discussions are going on that the AI is replacing the people and all, so again it should be a collaborative approach. There are some repetitive tasks, repetitive actions which could be avoided by using the AI, but again the ultimate decision making should be there on the people.
Okay, there's one more question from Chinmaya Dani. Is asking that is MCP, that is Model Context Protocol, embedded in edge intelligence for real-time information? So what may be the use? So
Yeah, so again, this MCP model context protocol is basically is not a standard component embedded into the edge intelligence. So my answer is no, that MCP is not embedded into the edge intelligence, but it is a model which can work along with the AI and the machine learning into the distributed environments. So it can track the model version. So I would not go into more technical, but MCP will be a part which will be residing on the cloud, and edge intelligence will be interacting with the MCP on the cloud to give the detailed output. So I mean, this is more like technical,
okay,
more technical question.
so there's one opinion made by Mr. Anthony Disa. So he's saying that in India we depend heavily on IoT devices from abroad and mainly from China, where prices are extremely low and compared to those available here. So we have a long way to go in robotics too. We are still low in adoption. Of course, you have to agree with that. Hope steps will be taken to boost this no deficiencies and improve our technology. Of course. So there is a question from Kusagre, who is a BTech student. He's saying that he recently finished his first year from past few days. Okay, he has been researching on improving structural health monitoring systems for the public infrastructure like bridges, etc., taken in account the ongoing unexpected collapses and accidents. Though it is related to infrastructure, let's see if we can get some clue to that. So there are some issues which I have figured out. Is the effective and accurate data selection crucial for the continuous monitoring? Absolutely. My question is on whether through any automated methods or any kind of process, he can grab accurate data for predictive maintenance integration. Is it possible, Dr. Sanjeev or Sachit, if you can just reply to that?
Sachit, do you want to answer from the
It's
model perspective?
Yeah, it's not related to manufacturing, of course, but
yeah, I mean that there should be an automated process for the accurate data collection. So in the SHM which he is mentioning, so we can collect the data using the vibration sensor or strain gauges. So there are vibration sensor through which he can detect the frequency shift, early cracks and fatigues. So these are sensors which he can implement. Strain gauges are there through which he can capture the data from the shop from the bridge. And again, some displacement and tilt meters are there which can identify the geometric shifts. So with the help of these sensors, he can collect the data and can send the data to the edge using any IoT gateway. And using the AI model, after analyzing that data, this that analysis could be done so that some predictions could be taken, should be given, that what is the, I mean, what kind of actions should be taken care of, predictive actions.
okay.
So there are some sensors.
Okay. There are a few who were asking about the audio quality. There may be their individual problems also, because I don't know. But at the same time, I can tell you that this particular, and people are asking for the recording of the session also. So this particular session is being live streamed even on YouTube channel. So Mojo for Industry Media. So you can go and watch the complete session once again. Because Dr. Murugesan was asking the audio was discernible. Please type the answer to my query. So, sir, I will take your questions with Sachit. I will share your questions with him, and definitely Sachit will revert. And Anthony was asking, can you have some use cases for Simersal and what solutions they can provide to us? So again, Mr. Anthony, I will ask Sachit to connect with you, of course. And with that,
Yeah, we
I
are
think,
actually having a big portfolio of digitalization solutions. So maybe
okay,
he can connect with us and we can.
surely, surely. So it's already 4:10. So I have extended by 10 minutes. So before we close, I would like to thank our knowledge partner, Simersal India, and our esteemed speakers, Mr. Muthu Sekar, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, and Mr. Sachit Mohan, for their valuable time and thoughts. Thank you so much, all of you. And most importantly, my sincere thanks to all our attendees for joining us today and making the session an engaging one, because the kind of questions, answers, as well as the opinion and voting, especially when it was being conducted by Dr. Sanjeev, it was really, really overwhelming response we got today. And at Mojo for Industry, we believe in facilitating conversation that push the boundaries of industrial excellence. So let's continue working together to make our workplaces smarter, safer, and future ready. Until next time, stay safe and stay connected. Thank you so much, Muthu sir. Thanks for your time. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Sanjeev.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sachit, and see you next time, of course.
Yes.
See you soon, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.